Good morning, everybody. Serena Polverino here, Content Manager at AppsBuilder. Welcome to this webinar on how to use mobile coupons to generate more revenues for your business. So Valentine's Day is close, and we thought what a better time to learn how to use in-app coupons. So for those of you who are not familiar with AppsBuilder, I just want to give you a very quick introduction about us. AppsBuilder was born in 2010 with the aim of turning what is usually a long and time-consuming and skill-requiring process into a piece of cake, a simplified practice to create mobile applications and mobile sites with no coding or design skills whatsoever. Over the past 5 years, we have seen the mobile market explode. The app industry has been growing non-stop and has opened a wide ocean of business opportunities. And many of these opportunities are yet to be exploited. And definitely one of the most profitable business is represented by mobile couponing. So over the past 3 years, we have seen an increase in the number of people using mobile couponings by almost 20%, with figures jumping from a little more than 13 million in 2010 to over 36 million in 2013. And these figures, we know that for sure, are definitely bound to rise. So if we look at mobile customers' behavior, it turns out that mobile coupons are also the main factor influencing people to engage with a brand. So it looks like that 77% of customers admitted that they are more willing to engage with a company if these offers incentives such as special deals, discounts, and coupons, of course. Then we have 46% of people admitting that they are willing to engage with a brand if the brand offers to solve problems and provide product information, and then 26% willing to engage with a brand if the company provides entertainment. So we thought that Valentine's Day is definitely the best period of the year to start leveraging mobile couponing for your business. After all, Valentine's Day is the holiday with the second highest spend of the year after Christmas. According to the National Retail Federation survey, the total expense on Valentine's Day in 2013 amounted to $18.6 billion, which is also the highest expense since the National Retail Federation began surveying shoppers 10 years ago. And the same charts also show how mobile devices are making their way into Valentine's Day purchases, as nearly half of all the tablet owners, which is about roughly 46.9%, researched products, researched prices, redeemed coupons, and purchased products using their mobile devices in 2013. Meanwhile, 40.7% of smartphone users did exactly the same thing while they were on the go. So we have a 46.9% of tablet owners using their mobile devices to redeem coupons and purchase actually products for Valentine's Day. So in other words, Valentine's Day and mobile couponing are an explosive mix together. And so if you haven't done it yet, today is definitely the time to jump the gun on mobile coupons. And that's exactly where AppsBuilder comes in. AppsBuilder is an only one platform to create, manage, and promote your mobile application and mobile site. So basically, our platform combines 3 different functions into one single tool. We know that creating your app is just the first step to take to create a strong mobile presence. But once you have created your application, it's time to spread word about your application. It's very important to have the right voice to attract people, to drive more traffic to your app and encourage downloads and encourage people to use your application. And that's the reason why our platform provides you with several promotional tools to increase your app's popularity. But we also know that mobile tools, and particularly mobile apps, are made for engaging with your audience. They are an extremely powerful tool to keep in touch with your audience, to keep in touch with your customers, not only during the purchase process, but also afterwards. And that's the reason why you can take advantage of our platform and exploit several engagement tools to keep in touch and to communicate with your audience throughout all the purchase process. Okay, so before we get started, let's just have a very quick overview to show you what I'm going to talk about in today's webinar. So first of all, we're going to have a complete walkthrough to show you how to build an application from scratch using AppsBuilder's tool. And then we're also going to see how to manage in-app bookings, so you can enable your users to book your services through your application just by tapping an icon on their smartphone screen. And then, of course, we're going to see together how to use mobile coupons to promote your special deals through your app and allow users to grab the offer on the fly. And then we'll see some app design customization features to show you how easy it is to customize your app design with our platform. And among all our promotional tools, we're going to focus particularly on the app landing page. This is a totally unique feature provided by AppsBuilder, and it can dramatically affect your app's popularity. I will show you that you won't need to be a professional designer to create an app landing page because it's all extremely easy. It's just drag and drop and select the right module to create your own landing page, your kind of mini website dedicated to your app. And then in the final part of this webinar, we're going to have a little Q&A session where you can put forward all of your questions, and I'll be happy to answer as many of them as possible. But even if you feel like asking questions during the webinar, you can use the live chats that you find on the right-hand side of the screen, or you can also tweet us using the hashtag for today's webinar, which is mobile couponing. There's my colleague Chiara on the other side of the screen, and she'll be happy to answer all of your questions. So use the hashtag for today's webinar, mobile couponing, and post your tweets on AppsBuilder Twitter profile. All right, so let's get started with the AppsBuilder #1 function, which is, of course, creating applications. So this is our website. I'm sure that you are all quite familiar with it by now. And there are basically two ways to create an application with our platform. If this is the first time that you're using AppsBuilder, you can just click on this big red button that you find on the home page. Otherwise, if you already have an account with us, which I guess is probably your case, you can just log in to access the advanced dashboard, like I'm doing now. All right, that's the main dashboard, which is currently empty. We haven't created any app yet, so that's the reason why it's empty. So we want to create a new app. Just click on this blue button here, Create New App. And this will redirect you to what we usually call the wizard, our guided tour. It's a 4-step process to get started with your app development. And so the first step will ask you to provide an app name, first of all. So I'm going to call it Shelburne, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, and if you want, you can also provide a website URL. For example, if you have a blog or a website and you'd like to import some of the contents from this website right into your application, so you can just type in the URL. But this is optional. You don't have to do that. And if this is not the first time that you use an AppsBuilder, and so you are already quite familiar with the whole procedure, you can just choose to skip the wizard and go straight to the advanced dashboard. Today I want to walk you through these 4 steps, so just click on Next Step. Here you can choose the features that you want to display inside your application. So as you can see, you have plenty of choice. There are several different pages that you can add to your application. Social pages, news pages, podcasts, all type of media, and custom pages, contact pages, and many others. Don't worry, because you don't have to make up your mind at this stage. You will be able to add more pages or remove pages if necessary from the advanced panel. So I just want to add a few pages just to show you how easy it is to add a module to your app, and move on to the next step. This is where you can start working on the design of your application. So you can start choosing a ready-made template for your app. As you can see, you can choose among over 80 ready-made templates, and we are constantly working on new templates to implement onto our platform. And below each one of these modules, you can also see different menu styles. For example, here you can choose among a grid on 3 columns, a list, or a grid on 4 columns, for example. And as you can see, there are really different templates for every type of needs, every type of industry, and every type of business mainly. I'm going to go for some very basic design for today's webinar and move on to the next step. Okay, this is just a confirmation page to say that your app's basic structure is now ready, and all you have to do is just save all of your changes and move on to the advanced dashboard. There we are. Okay, that's the advanced dashboard. The first thing that I'm sure you may have noticed are these tips popping up around your dashboard. So these are a series of tips to introduce you to the different sections of the dashboard, and so I strongly recommend that you make some time to go through them, because they really provide you with several tips and insights on how to make the most of all our features. If you want to skip them, just click on cross, and there you go. On the left-hand side of the screen, you will see the list of all the different modules we previously saw in the wizard, all the different pages that you can add to your application, divided into main categories. So general content, multimedia for photo galleries and video galleries, social pages to integrate your social communities into your application, contact forms, and different type of forms. We'll see some of these together. And the widgets, ready-made widgets. Don't worry, because we'll have a glimpse of all of these pages in today's webinar. So on the right-hand side of the screen, you will see the real-time preview, where you can check in real time what's going on and how your application is shaping up. And then you have on top here this navigation menu, which tells you where you are at the moment and on which aspect of your app you're currently working on. So at the moment we're working on content. In a couple of minutes we'll be ready to move to the look and feel, and then we'll take a look at some of the features under settings and manage users, and then straight to the promotional tools. Finally, I want to drag your attention onto these two little icons that we have on the black top bar here. This one is the notification box, where we usually send the notifications about recent updates, special offers available at the moment, or special events. So for example, I'm sure that you probably read about this webinar in the notification box, and so make sure that you take a look at these notifications, because there are some worthy information for you there. And then we have the checklist, where we have gathered 8 fundamental recommendations to improve your application. So if you have the time, take a look at these tips, because in each one of them you will find some recommendations and some tips and tricks to improve your app's usability. For example, this one here is about how to write mobile optimized content in 7 easy steps. And if you wish to find out more on the subject, you can also download some free resources that we created just for you, like in this case an ebook on the subject. Alright, and finally, this number here, this is very important, it's called the application ID. It's the identification number for your app, and make sure that you take note of this number, because that's the number that you will have to provide to our customer support specialists in case you need some technical support with your application. Alright, in the central panel of the dashboard, you see the 3 pages that we previously added in the wizard. So I want to delete these pages, because I want to show you how to add a page from scratch. So just click on this icon here and delete. Alright, for today's webinar, I'm going to create an application for a business called Shelburne Spa, and it's based in Dublin in Ireland. This spa is the largest one in the city, and it's been created on 3 floors, and it's also one of the most exclusive that they have in the city. It's a hotel spa, and it features loads of treatment and facilities such as treatment rooms, swimming pools, a gym, a health center, and so on. They also offer many special deals, and of course they do have special deals for Valentine's Day. So I guess that it would be very helpful for them to have an application to get in touch with their clients more easily, and also to encourage them to use their mobile coupons and to take advantage of their special deals. Alright, so I'm going to use this website as a point of reference throughout the webinar. The first page that I want to create is an About Us page, so with a brief company history and directions to reach the premises. To create this page, I will go to the General Content section and select a module called Places. Then click on this icon here, Add Content, Okay, this is a special type of page where I can create my very own content manually. So without actually importing it from a URL or a feed like we'll do for a different type of pages that we'll see later on in the webinar, such as news page or social pages. So basically here you can create your manual content, and you have two options to start with. So if you have already created manual content, just click on Archive and select the feed that you wish to import. Otherwise, if you need to start from scratch and create a new one from scratch, like we're doing now, just click on Custom and Create. That's the main panel, currently empty with no items yet. So let's click on Add New Item to create a new one from scratch. Right, so this is just a little helper to guide you through the different fields that you will find on the page. Right, the very first thing, we need to provide a title. So I'm going to call this Find Us. You can also provide a short description. Let me see if I can find something on the website. Okay, I'm gonna take the short description from here. As you can see, you also have a little editor to edit your text and to choose the right formatting features for your text. You can also provide a date. I'm gonna go for today. And a link. This is very useful because in case you have plenty of information on your website and you don't want to include all the information inside your application, you can just copy and paste this URL to redirect your users to this external website where they can find extra information on the subject. And of course, we need this is a Find Us page, so we need an exact address to locate the premises. There you go. And well, yeah, so it's actually, they don't really have a postcode, so I just write Dublin 2. And we can also provide an email address, very useful to get in touch with them. So there you go, and the same goes with a phone number. All right. Then we have the Active Inactive button. You can use this one to hide incomplete pages from your users. This is very helpful if your content is still a draft and you wish to go over it later before making it accessible to your users. So my content is now ready, so I'll just leave it on active. And then we have the geolocalization option, one of my favorite features on AppsBuilder. So as you can imagine, as you can easily understand, you have a marker here on this map, and you can just drag the marker on the map to indicate the exact location. Or much more easily, you can just type in the exact address. And there you go. This will show you the exact location of your shop, of your premises on the map. So what does this mean? This means that when your users, when your customers get closer to the target area, they will see this page on top of all the other pages in their list, in their application. So it is a very effective way to communicate with your users and to deliver the right content at the right time and to the right audience when they are closer to your location. So save your changes. And the very last thing, I want to add a thumbnail, a little image for my content entry. Just click on Change. Right, as you can imagine, I have already created a folder with all the images that I'm going to use for today's webinar for time reasons, just to go a little bit faster. But to upload your own images, just click on this button here and then on Add and you can select the source from which you wish to import your photos. Okay, I'm going to use this one and save my changes. Alright, save my changes again, and now you can use the real-time preview to check what you have just created. So just click on it, and there you go. That's the page with your Find Us page. So with your contact details, your exact address, a short description about your premises, and if you want, your users can also click on this icon here to be redirected to Google Maps, where they can find all the services, all the features provided by Google Maps. Okay. Now, I guess the staff at Shelburne Spa deal with customers on a daily basis, so I assume that it's very important for them to keep in touch with their clients and be easily approached, especially when they have a special promotion going on, as they do at the moment. So that's the reason why I want to create a contact section to allow app users to get in touch with Shelburne Spa via phone and email. So I will move to this category called Contact and select two new pages. One is Call Us and the other one is Email Us. Okay, I'm going to click on Add Content, and as you can imagine, it's very intuitive, very easy. All I have to do is just to provide the exact phone number. In other words, this means that your app users will be able to make a phone call and to get in touch with you just by clicking an icon on their smartphone screen. And the same goes, of course, for the email. Right, so let me get that again. Now, for the email module, we can actually set a default message as well. This is an extra feature that we offer to you if you wish to facilitate your users. So if you want, you can set a default message so that your users won't even have to bother about typing in the message. And this is particularly helpful if you expect to receive a lot of information requests about a specific subject. Suppose, for example, that you have just launched a special offer, just as in their case, and so you expect to receive a lot of information requests about the details of these special offers. So you might want to set a default message to facilitate your users. So for example, Valentine's Day offer. Okay, this is just my idea for a default message. So, hi, I'd like to receive more information about a Shelburne's Valentine's Day special offer. Thanks. So, but I mean, this is just an option. If you want, you can just leave it blank and save your changes. Alright, as you can see now on the home page, we have 3 pages, of course, but actually Call Us and Email Us belong to the same group. They are contact pages. So I want to create a main page that works as a general container for these 2 pages. So I want to turn these 2 pages into submenus. To do this, I will select a module that is called News. I will reorder it. You see how easy it is to reorder modules? Quickly, basically just drag and drop on the panel, and then I want to turn these 2 pages into submenus. To do this, I'll just slide these modules to the right, like I'm doing now, and there you go. Now on the home page, you can only see 2 pages, and if I click on this one, I will see the 2 pages that I have already created. Don't worry about the titles for these pages because we'll be able to edit them in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's move on to the next page. So let's take a look for a second at their website and treatment particularly. Well, as you can see, they really offer plenty of treatments at their spa. So I want to create this type of features, this type of treatments inside the application as well. To create this type of page, I'm going to use a module called Catalog, which is particularly suitable for showcasing the different products and services on sale. It's once again under the General Content section. There you go. And it works exactly like the other module, the Place page that we previously saw. So once again, let's click on Custom and Create. Okay, I'm going to pick a specific treatment to create a content entry about this treatment. Of course, the idea would be to create as many content entries as the treatments that you offer. For time reasons, as you can understand, we're not going to do this today. I'll just show you how to create a sample content entry for each of the treatments or each of the products on sale. So I'm going to go for a massage and select what is supposed to be their best treatment, which is the luxury Swedish massage. I'm going to give a title to my entry and a short description of the treatment. Okay, you can also once again set the date and provide the link for extra information. This is active, and if you want, you can also set the geolocalization option for this content entry as well, and a little image. And there you go. You see that once you get familiar with the procedure, it gets extremely easy and fast. Let me show you what we have just created. There you go. So we have a short description about the product and the photo to introduce, and of course your text with links if you want. And if you want, you can also share this page with on the major social networks or via email. So like I said, the idea would be to create as many content entries as the products or the treatments on sale. Now, after creating a page for treatments, it's now time to create a booking page where users can actually book the treatment they have previously seen in the gallery. To create this type of page, I'm going to go to Forms and select a form. This is the main panel. And as you can see, it looks like a kind of a panel within the panel because we have some special features here, but let's say the navigation style is pretty much the same. So this is the main panel to create customized forms for your application. You can create forms for any purposes you want. You can create forms for feedback forms to gather your users' feedback on products and services, or you can create booking forms, just like we're doing now, to enable the booking of services right from your application. So first of all, I need some contact details about my customers. So I use this module called Text. Click on Options, and here all you have to do is just type in the type of information that you require from your customers. So I'm going to start with your name and save. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, you got this real-time preview, so it's really easy. You can see in real time what you are creating, the type of form that you are creating. Then I'm going to use another one for the email address. So your email, and then another one for the phone number. It's below standard and number. There you go. Then I need to know, of course, what type of treatment they would like to book. So I'm going to use this module that is called Select. It's under multiple choice. Just click on the option and I'll write select treatment. Now this time I have to click on the options because of course you have to provide also the different treatments, the different options they can choose from. So I'm going to go for the Swedish massage. That's the first one. And let me see, what else do they have? Some facials maybe. And body and soul. Okay, and save your changes. Okay, and finally I will add a little note section to my form so that customers can type in special requests in case they do have any. So I'm not going to use the text, but I'm going to use the text area, which is like a text but just a tiny bit larger. All right. And there you go. So in a real-time preview, you can see what your form looks like. We're going to fill in this form in a minute. But before we save our changes, I want to show you some extra features that you can set about your form. So just click on this button here, Edit Form Options. Right. So the very first thing that I can do is to give a name to my form. So I'm going to call Book Your Treatment. Okay. And then you can choose whether you want to enable internal management or external management. So what does it mean? It means that you have two options here. So you can manage all data with AppsBuilder, or you can use your external database. So in this case, so if you go for internal management, it means that we will take care of all the booking process. Otherwise, if you go for the external management, it means that it will be connected to your external database. So in this case, you will be asked to provide a request URL from which we can import your form settings, and also a post URL where we will send the data collected through the form. Then you have also another option, which is the cache. You can enable or disable the cache. If you disable the cache option, the system will keep track of all the different changes applied by the same user to the form, and so it will consider each change as a booking. On the other hand, if you enable the cache option, the system will only keep track of the last changes applied to the form. So, for example, if your form is a booking form, you should disable the cache option in order to allow the same user to make several bookings. So they go back to the form and they can fill in several forms and place several bookings. On the other hand, for example, if you are creating a feedback form, it might be a good idea to keep only the latest data inserted in the form. Okay, so in my case, I'm going to go for the off, of course, because like I said, this is a booking form, so it is recommended to set the cache off if you are creating booking forms, and save my changes. I want to show you something else actually, sorry. Okay, as you can see here, we also have some extra options. So you can enable the notification, for example. If you want to enable the notification, it means that every time that one of your app users submit a form, you will receive an email notification. So of course, if you want to do that, if you want to be alerted every time that one of your app users submits a form, you will have to provide an email address. Another option is to set the success message. Actually, the success message is the message that your users will see after submitting the form. So it's just a confirmation message to say that their booking has been received, their request has been received, and somebody of the staff will be in touch very soon. So we provide you with a default message, just a simple thanks, but if you want, you can say something a little bit more. You can give some details about the procedure, what is going to happen next. Okay, thanks. We'll be in touch soon, for example. And you can also customize the submit button. So, I'm sure that you probably read something about that, but you can see loads of these submit buttons. They don't really say much to your customers. So instead of just using this label submit, which actually is a little bit anonymous and don't say a lot to your customers, just introduce what is usually called a call to action, a very effective call to action to engage your customers and to also recap what exactly they are doing by clicking on that button. So instead of just using submit, you could write book your treatment. Okay, and the very last thing, if you switch to the look and feel, as you can see, you can also set some design features about your form. So you can change text color, background color, for example, and you can also customize the design of your submit button. So as for the submit button, I love orange for call to action buttons. So I'm gonna select a nice bright orange. This is actually the text, sorry. So the text will be white and the background color of my button will be orange. Alright, and as for the background color, I'm gonna go for something very soft, like a mild gray. Okay, you can see how easy it is to select the color. Actually, all you have to do is just move the marker on the palette, or if you also have a specific color code, you can type it in here. Alright, and save my changes. There you go. So we can see the changes in real time with our call to action button, and save my changes, and now it's time to fill in this form. So I'm going to fill it in, and in a couple of minutes I will show you where you can access all the information that you actually gather, all the details that you gather through these forms. Alright, and I'm going to give a phone number and select my treatment. I'm going to go for the massage, and special request, I'd rather go for a female masseuse. And book my treatment. And there you go, that's my confirmation message that we previously set. Alright. Now let's move on to the next page that I want to add to this application, and it's a social page. Now, if you take a look at their website, you can see that first of all, their social pages are listed in the main navigation menu on the home page. So I guess that it's very important for them to be active on social networks. And also, if you take a look at the footer, you will see that they have several social profiles, such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, G+, and even a TripAdvisor account, of course. So what I'm going to do is create a social page using some of these accounts. And particularly, I'm going to go for Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Alright, what I want to do now is to import all of this information, all of these posts on social networks right inside my application. I will select these pages, Facebook, Twitter. Well, let's start with these ones. So the procedure is pretty much the same. Let's click on Add Content. And as you can imagine, all you have to do, alright, let me just log in 1 second. Alright, so basically I'm just copy the very last bit of the URL, which is the account name, and paste it in here. Now for Facebook, you can also select the type of information that you wish to import from the page. So you can choose among news, gallery, and event. I'm going to go for news today, and I will do the same for Twitter. So let's go to their Twitter profile. I will select the very last bit of the URL and paste it in here and save your changes. Now I want to show you what we have just done. I'll click on Twitter page, and there you go. So in just one click, we have imported the whole stream of information from their Twitter and Facebook accounts right inside the application. Let me do the same also for YouTube. So I'm going to select YouTube from here. And as you can see on their YouTube account, they have several videos about the location, about the surroundings, because like I said, this is not just a spa, but it's also a hotel. So it might be a good idea actually to showcase a little bit the premises, the beautiful premises of this place. So once again, the procedure is pretty much the same. Just select the account name, click on Add Content, and there you go. You can select which type of content you are importing, so if it's content videos from a channel or a playlist. This is a channel, so I'll save my changes. Now if you click on YouTube, you will see exactly the same thing. So a stream of all the videos imported right inside your app in just one click. And if you want to see each video, just click on it, and you can play the video right inside your app. You can also share the video on the major social networks and have all the options provided by YouTube basically. Okay, now let's do the same thing that we previously did for the contact page. So as you can see now at the moment on our home page, we have several pages, probably a little bit too many. So I want to gather these 3 pages that I have just added, so Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, under just one single category. I'm going to use once again a news module and reorder it and use it as a main container, as a general container for these 3 pages. So I'll turn them into submenus. And there you go. All right. Now there is one last page that I'd like to create, and it's about offers, of course, special offers and mobile coupons. So now is the time to learn how to create mobile coupons for our application. Okay, there is a question. Yes, I will show you how it looks like on Facebook. So I previously showed the stream of information for Twitter, and this is what it looks like on Facebook. Now this is, there you go. So this is something that may happen. So the reason why you can't see actually the photo here, but you can only see this icon as a question mark, is because probably the photos on the account that we are trying to import content from were not set as public. So this is something that I want to recommend in case you want to embed, in case you want to integrate your social communities inside your application. Make sure that your contents and your photos, of course, are set as public, as otherwise this is what will happen. There you go. And it may happen also with the content, of course. So this means that in their case, for Shelburne Spa, the photos are set as private and the content is set as public. All right, let's go back to the offers then. So now I'd like to create a page dedicated to special offers for app users. Like I said, we all love special deals, and Valentine's Day is definitely one of the best periods of the year to leverage the power of mobile coupons. If you want, you can create mobile coupons for the same offers available on your main website. Or even better, you could create special deals specifically devised for mobile customers to make them feel unique and give them more reasons to check into your app. It's an effective way to create a bond with your customers, with your app users, to make them feel special, to make them feel counted, to create some tailor-made offers just for them. Let me take a look at their website. Well, on their website there is a special section dedicated to special offers, and like I said, they offer quite a lot of deals, and of course they do have a Valentine's Day package. This is, I'd say this is a must for any type of business in this period of the year, of course. So I want to create a page dedicated to special offers, and particularly I will start creating a special deal about their Valentine's Day package. Let me go to the general content section and I will select a module called coupons. So once again, the procedure is pretty much the same. I'm sure that you'll be familiar with this procedure by now. Let's click on Custom and Create. Alright, this is called Valentine's Day Package. I want to type in a short description to say what this package includes. Okay, let me just edit this a little bit. All right. Okay, and of course, as every coupon, you have to set a validity time frame, so a start date and an expiry date. And I guess this is valid throughout the first 2 weeks of February. So I'm going to start with today. You can also set an exact hour if you want. And the expiry date will be on Saturday, the 15th. Right, and for extra information, it might be a good idea to redirect your app users to the external link. Okay, and then the active and inactive button and the geolocalization option might be definitely a good idea for this case. Okay, so basically this means that when they get closer to your shop, they will see this pop-up on their smartphone screen, informing them, updating them about this special offer. So it might be a good idea to say, hey, check out, we have some special offers to you, maybe for you, maybe you want to step in our spa, maybe you want to get inside and ask extra information about this special offer. So like I said, it's a very effective way to reaching out to your customers and provide them the information that they want at the time that they need. And finally, for coupons, we also have this extra option here. You can enable or disable e-commerce options. Of course, if you enable e-commerce options, this is very helpful because it will allow you to actually not only promote, not only showcase the special offers that you have at the moment, but also to give your app users the chance to buy these special offers, to reserve a place for these special deals. So let me see. That's price. Okay. So you can set a price, you can set the exact currency, and in case there is a special discount, you can also set a special discount. And then you have this other option, externally managed or internally managed e-commerce. So if you go for the internally managed e-commerce options, it means that we will take care of everything for you. So in case you go for the externally managed e-commerce, it means that you will be asked to provide a URL where to redirect your users to complete checkout procedures. So in case, for example, you have already set e-commerce options on your website, so you don't want to be bothered with setting everything from scratch on AppsBuilder, but you would just want to redirect your app users to your website, all you have to do is just type in the URL of your website where your app users will be able to complete the purchase, the checkout procedures. Otherwise, another option is to go for internally managed, and in this case, please remember to set your PayPal and company settings on the setting page on our dashboard. I will show you later on where you can set your PayPal account details and your company details to enable internally managed e-commerce option. Okay, and finally a little image for my special offer. It's a Valentine package, so I'm going to go for this one with a couple. And once again, like I said before, for the treatment page, the idea would be to create as many entries as your special offers. Let's take a look at what we have just done. Okay, that's our special deal. So we have a nice appealing photo, we have the price clearly indicated, the validity time frame, a short description about the product, about the special deal, and then you have two options. You can either add to your cart, and you can go straight to the checkout and pay. Alright, now mobile couponing is definitely a fantastic way of engaging with your customers and also to encourage them to check into your app. But it's definitely not the only feather in your cap when it comes to mobile apps. Actually, when it comes to building customer loyalty, mobile applications offer plenty of options. And mobile coupons are just one of them. The other option that I want to show you today is loyal cards. We are very proud to announce that we have recently implemented two new loyalty card options in our dashboard, and today I want to show you how to use the Stamp loyalty card. You can also find out more about this loyalty card on our blog, where you can also find step-by-step instructions on how to set up your loyalty card. So let's go to the widgets. So we'll take a look at some of the widgets. Widgets basically are ready-made pages. They don't really need much settings. And let's go for the stamp option. I'm going to click on this one and create a new one. Okay, I'm going to call it just loyalty card. And of course, in the description, you should provide some instructions on how to make the most of this loyalty card, how to collect stamps, how to use this loyalty card to enjoy the benefits that you are offering. So I'm going to create a special offer right now with you. So my special offer, I have to say it's not extremely original, but it always works. Bring a friend and get 20% off. So I'm going to describe a little bit my offer. Okay, there you go. So bring a friend even, bring a friend and get 20% off. For every friend you will bring along to the spa, you will receive a stamp. Collect 5 stamps and receive a 20% discount on any treatment you like. Okay, I'm gonna use bold for the title. You can also set a message to congratulate with your customers once they have collected all the 5 stamps. So when they get to the end of your loyalty program, you can also set a custom message here, or you can use our default one. and an expiry date. So this offer expires, this loyalty program expires at the end of March. And just like I said, they have to collect 5 stamps. So here you have to type in the number of stamps they have to collect to enjoy the promotion that you are giving away. And that's the validation code. So in order for the customers to receive the stamp, you will have to type in the validation code on your customer's device. This one, the one that we provide is just a default validation code, of course, but you can change it and use any code you wish that it's easy to remember for you. So I'm just going to use my name. And if you want, you can also enable the geolocalization feature. Okay, I'll save my changes. It's taking a little bit longer than usual. All right, we probably made it. Okay, let me see if I can show you a preview. Okay, if you want, of course, you can use the editor to edit a little bit the text. I can see that the font is quite big here, or you can just leave it as it is. Okay, so we have our short description of the loyalty program, and then you have your 5 boxes to collect the stamps. So every time that one of your customers brings along a friend to your spa, basically they will have to come to you to the checkout, and in order to award them a stamp, there you go, you will have to insert the code that you have previously set. So I will type in my code. Okay, it's just taking a little bit longer at the moment. I guess we might be experiencing some connection issues, and that's why it's taking a little bit longer. But I mean, I guess you can understand what how it worked. So I typed in the validation code, and the stamp appears here. Okay, let's go back to our home page. Now, the very last thing I want to do before starting to work with on the design of the application is to turn these 2 pages into sub-menus and create one main category called offers. So once again, let's use the news module. I will reorder it, and let's turn these 2 pages into sub-menus. Alright, so now my home page, I have 6 pages altogether, and some of them includes sub-pages. Okay, now that my content is ready, I want to start working on the design. So I can set some basic design features about my application using this icon here, options, that you find on the right-hand side of each page. First of all, you can edit the title of each page. I'm going to call this page about. You can change the icon. Okay. As you can see, I have created custom icons for today's webinar, but if you want, you can use the default icons that we provide for each theme, or if you want, you can also access our sets of icons where you can find loads of different icons for several styles. OK, and save my changes. This page that is currently called News was actually the contact page. So I'll click on News, I'll click on the options and rename it. Let's set a nice icon for this one. Yeah, it might be also a good idea to actually include contacts under About. So OK. OK, I'm just reordering the menu now. And there we have our catalog, which was actually the treatment page. As for the treatments, I also want to show you something else about these features, and it's about a header image. So I don't know if you remember, let me see if I can get this. Okay, the treatments. Okay, as you can see, when we go to the treatment page, you will see that before actually showing the list of all the different treatments, they offer you a big banner which works as an introduction, an image, a visual introduction to the list of all the different treatments. So I want to recreate something similar to this effect also inside my application. So to do this, I'm going to upload a header image. You can upload your header image to be perfectly viewable in both portrait and landscape mode. I'm going to select this one. And let me show you what I have just done. There you go. So you can upload a header image to have a visual introduction to the list of all the different entries about your different treatments. And then we have the form. Let's go back to the form. This was actually the booking form, so I'm going to call it booking. This one is currently called News, but it was actually the Follow Us page, the social page. I'm going to call it social, yeah, like they do on their website. And select an icon for this one. We're almost done. Let's go with the last one, which was about special deals. And let's call it offers. Sorry, let me start over again. Okay, I use the basket icon for special offers and save my changes. All right, we can now move to the look and feel, where we can keep on customizing the design of this application. And the very first thing that you are asked to provide are the icon, the app icon, and the splash image. These two elements are compulsory if you want to submit your application to the major stores. They are very important not only for application stores, not only for app stores, but you should keep in mind that your app icon is the image that your users will always see on their home screen. So it also works as a reminder of the application's functionality. And that's the reason why you should choose it carefully. The same goes for the splash image. The splash image is the image that your users will see while waiting for your app to be fully uploaded. So it can make their waiting more pleasant, and it can improve your application's overall usability. If you need to find out more about how to create appealing app icons and splash images, you can take a look at our checklist, and here you find a section dedicated to the app icon and splash image, and if you want you can also download our free ebook to find out more on the subject. Okay, let me add an icon and a splash image. I can see some questions popping up. I just would like to ask you to bear with me with a couple of minutes more so that I can get to the end of the webinar as quickly as possible, and then I promise that we will start our Q&A session. I'm sorry we are running a little bit late today, so I'm just going to go a little bit faster on these features. Okay, let's move on to the theme, where if you want you can also select a new theme for your application. So basically you can see here all the different ready-made templates that we previously saw at the beginning in the wizard. And if you want you can change your mind and select a new one. You can apply a new one. But please remember that if you decide to apply a new theme, all the features, all the settings, the design settings that you previously set will be lost. So for example, if you have already uploaded custom icons, just like I did, these icons will be replaced by the icons provided by the theme that you are about to use. Alright, let's move to the home page. So here you can change the the menu layout. So at the moment the layout is set as a grid on 4 columns, but we only have 5 elements, 5 pages on the home page. So I think that I'm going to go for the grid on 5. But if you want you can also opt for a list, or maybe a grid on 1 column, a fixed menu, which is very trendy these days, tabs or grid on 3 columns, and many other options. I want to set a special background for this application. As you can see, for the home page you can choose between a solid color or an image. I just want to go for a custom image that I previously created, so I'm going to click on change and upload my background. Now if you want to go for a custom image or for any type of image, please remember to uncheck this little box here, and this will allow you to actually see the image. Otherwise, if you want to go for the color, just remember to tick it. This is very helpful if you want to create some special effects with transparent images and colors and background colors. I'm going to do the same for the title bar, but this time I'm not going to upload an image, but I want to select a solid color for this one. I do have a color code for it. Okay, and there you go. Okay, we can now move to the next section, and well, basically if you want you can also upload, you can also do the same. You can set some design features for internal pages. I'm not going to do this today for time reasons, and this is very interesting, the tablet layout. If you want to optimize your application for tablet layout, we're going to have a special webinar dedicated to optimizing your application for tablet layout next week on Tuesday and on Thursday. So check out our resource center to register for our next webinars. This is a special feature. This is one of the latest features implemented in our dashboard. So if you wish to find out more and learn how to make the most of this feature, register for our upcoming webinars. Alright, so unfortunately today for time reasons I can show you all the features included in settings and manage users. Don't worry, because these features will be covered in our next webinars. So for today's webinar I just want to show you where you can access the data collected through the booking form. Remember the booking form? Alright, let's go to manage users. Okay, under the Manage Users options, you can see you have several features. You can access the Analytics panel, you can set push notifications and promotional pop-ups. You can also set your e-commerce cart options, which I mentioned before. And of course, you can access the Form Analytics. There you can find a list of all the details that you gathered thanks to your forms, and these are the details that I previously set in our in the form. So for example, if you were one of the staff at the Shelburne Spa, you can get in touch with me via email, or you could give me a call, and maybe you could confirm the Swedish massage that I booked for a specific date. And maybe you could also do some upselling. You could update me on about special promotions that are going on at the moment. So it's I'm sure that you can understand that it's a worthy opportunity. It's an extremely great opportunity to create a database of users, a database of contacts. Okay, let's jump now to the promotional tools. Every time that you want to start promoting your application, you will see this pop-up on your dashboard. So basically, this will ask you to confirm the updates, to confirm the changes that you have applied to your application. This means that all the changes that you have applied to your app will be pushed straight to your app on the app stores in case it has been published on the stores, and to your final user. So it's very important to confirm updates. Okay, that's the confirmation page. All right. The very first promotional tool that we offer to you is the landing page. Like I said, we are very proud of this feature. It's a totally unique feature that you won't find on any other app builders around. But before actually starting to create a landing page, I want to very quickly give you an overview of all the other promotional tools that we offer. So with AppsBuilder, you can create QR codes in 3 different sizes. And if you want, you can use QR codes to freshen up your printed marketing materials, such as stickers, posters, leaflets, and basically you can print them on any type of marketing materials to take your marketing printed stuff to the next level. Or if you want, you can use the social share option. So basically, using one single dashboard, you can spread the word about your app on the major social networks supported by AppsBuilder, which are Facebook, Twitter, G+, LinkedIn, and also via email to get in touch with your friends and invite them to take a look at your fantastic application. We also offer the redirect to mobile feature, which is by far the cheapest and most effective way to promote your mobile site and app. It consists of a pop-up message that invites your website visitors to download the application or access your mobile site to enjoy a more satisfying mobile experience, like the one that you can see in the preview on the right-hand side of your screen. And finally, with AppsBuilder, you can also publish your application on the major stores. The major app stores supported by AppsBuilder are the Apple App Store and Google Play, and the Chrome Web Store for HTML5 web apps. So when it comes to publishing your application on the stores, you have basically 2 options. If you want, we can take on the whole procedure on your behalf. So in this case, you simply have to click on Publish App for me. Or if you want, you can also follow the step-by-step instructions that you find on the right here and submit your app to the stores on your own. If you wish to find out more about how to publish your application on the major stores, you can take a look at our support forum where you can find step-by-step instructions and also videos to show you all the different steps to take to submit your app to the stores. But let's go back to the landing page. So first of all, what's an app landing page? Well, an app landing page is a standalone web page that is used to advertise your application and showcase its main features to potential users. So, like I said, it's a kind of mini website dedicated to your application. I want to show you how to customize this app landing page. First of all, we already have an icon and the title, which is what we previously set. I'm going to add a subtitle. Okay, the ultimate spa center in Dublin, and a short description that I can take from their homepage. You can also select which type of device you want to display on your app landing page. So you can go for a white or a black iPhone, or you can have a combination of tablet and iPhone, because like I said, we also provide special tailor-made layouts for tablets. And you can upload, of course, a preview, an app preview image for both devices. I'm just going to focus on the iPhone preview today to show your visitors what your application looks like, so what to expect from your app. Okay, let's move on to the features. Here you can select the features that you want to showcase about your application. First of all, you have to pick the right category, the business category to which your company belongs. In our case, I'm going to go for wellness and beauty, and here you can find a list of the major features of each category, and for each one of them we have already provided a short description to describe what type of services your app provides. I'm going to select all of these features and save. Finally, the look and feel. So you can choose where you want to align your device, on the right or to the left, and you can also customize the background color. You can upload your own image, or you can select a solid color. I'm going to go for a solid color. I'm going to go for, let me try with this gray. And the features layout. If you want to arrange your features on one column, two columns, or three columns. One column is fine with me. Alright, now if you want to take a look at your mini website, all you have to do is just click on this button here, Preview in Browser, and there you go. It really looks like a mini website that we built up in less than a minute, I guess. So we have our preview to get an idea of what the application looks like. We have social icons for to spread word about the app on social networks, and the list of all the features that users can find inside your application. At the moment, you can only see one icon here for the web app because we haven't published the app yet on the stores. But if you do publish the app on the stores, then you will see two more icons here, one for Google Play and the other one for the Apple App Store. So your users, your visitors, can just click on the icon and be redirected to the store where they can download the application. So once you have created your app landing page, you can post the link on your social profiles, you can embed it on your website, you can email it to your friends, and you can even connect it to special marketing campaigns, dedicated marketing campaigns to drive more traffic to this page. Right, we're almost done. The very last thing that I want to show you is how to complete each session of work. So always remember to update your changes. This will push your changes straight to the stores and therefore to your final users. And if you want to make sure that your application looks fine and works properly, remember to preview, to test your app on your devices. So click on this button, Preview App, and select the device on which you wish to test your application. So in my case, I have an Android device. All I have to do is download AppsBuilder demo app from Google Play and access the app using my username and password, and I will test the app right onto my device. It's a very recommended action. We recommend to test your application before actually starting promoting the app and publishing the app to the stores. Okay, that's pretty much it. So we made it. We created a basic app in a little bit more than an hour. So if you now have some questions, please feel free to use the live chats that you find on the right-hand side of the screen, and I will be happy to answer as many of them as possible. here I am again. So there were a couple of questions. The first question is about customer cards, customer loyalty programs. So let's go back to the content section. So one of our members is asking how to start from scratch a new campaign, how to complete the previous one, I guess, and to create a new one from scratch, if I get your question right. So basically, once your users, your app users has collected all the 5 stamps, you will receive either a notification, and also you will be informed about that because you are the one who has actually to manually type in the code. So you automatically know when it's timed, when the procedure, when the customer loyalty program has ended. If you want to start a new one, the procedure is pretty much the same that we use to create any other type of manual entry. So let's go back and show you. So basically you go back to this page, you click on custom. If you click on modify, you have the chance to modify your previous one. So it depends pretty much on you. If you want to create several loyalty programs at the same time, you can create a new one from scratch. Otherwise, you can just delete this one and change, or maybe you can, for example, you can extend the expiry date if you want to prolong it. Or if you want to create a new one from scratch, all you have to do is just select a new widget from the list here. Okay. And then do exactly the same. So here, this one, for example, I did not rename it, but we might call this one, let's rename it. So this is the customer loyalty program called Bring a Friend, right? If you want, you can also create a parallel client loyalty program. And then the procedure is exactly the same. So you give a name, you create a name to your loyalty program, you select number of stamps to collect, and there you go. So in other words, this means that when accessing this section, your app users will have the chance actually to register for several client loyalty programs. Okay, just bear with me for a minute. There are more questions popping up. Okay, here I am again. So there was a question about where to access information about some of the activities that we have seen together in today's webinar. So I have just gone back to our public pages, our website. If you access the resource center here, you can see that you can access several resources for app development. You can download our free ebooks, you can take a look at our infographics, and you can also register for upcoming webinars. So like I said, I recommend that you register for upcoming webinars. In each one of them, we will see different features provided by our platform. So, for example, next one is about tourism enterprises. Even if you're not dealing with tourism enterprises, even if this is not exactly your business, it might be a good idea to register for this webinar to take a look at some other features. And if you want, you can also take a look at our blog where you can find extra information about the mobile industry in general and about our latest releases. For example, on our blog, you will find step-by-step instruction on how to use our loyalty cards that we saw together today. All right, before closing this webinar, I want to leave you with a couple of contacts to easily get in touch with me afterwards. So like I said, the hashtag for today's webinar is mobile couponing. If you want, you can keep on using these hashtags, and get in touch with me, asking questions on our Twitter profile. And take a look at our support forum where you can find videos, tutorials, and step-by-step instructions, as well as on our official blog. If you feel like getting in touch with us, feel free to drop us an email at support@appsbuilder.com. We're always very happy to receive your feedback and to hear from you. And finally, take a look at our YouTube channel where, as of tomorrow, you can find this webinar and you can find many other webinars that we previously recorded. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your time. I really hope that you enjoyed this webinar, that you found that useful, and see you at our next webinar. Bye.